Hey, what's up, guys? It's Mike here. I know it's been like over a year since I've last posted, and I know my last post was also a zombies tier list, but I'm really bored, got nothing to do, and I was like, you know what? I'm getting back into streaming, did a couple test streams, and I'm like, fuck it, let's just make a video. And last video I made, I did it with my friends, and it was all of our opinions, and I, like an idiot, I decided to split it up by every single map, and even making all the different roommates their own maps. And honestly, that was dumb. So I'm here to make my own tier list of the maps because I've also started playing zombies a lot more recently, and that's what I did. That's what I streamed for my 2 test streams. So fuck it. Let's just jump into this. No script, no nothing. Starting off Dreisendrach. I've got to tell you, that's an S tier map. It's my map I got the highest round on. It's round 81. I've played the shit out of it. I've done the Easter egg the most. It's the map I've done the Easter egg the most times on. Like, this map is just fucking amazing. The bows are amazing. This map is just, the layout is amazing. The Panzer is difficult, and it's a really good challenge. And I think the Origins one is better, but this one is still a pretty good variation of it. I like that they changed it up. I like the wolf bow. I think it's a very creative bow, and I think all the bows are very creative. All the bows are fun to make, and it's to some degree. So yeah, that's what I gotta say about that one. Gorod Krovi, another S tier map. Literally so goated. Gorod Krovi is basically like a World at War map, but like dope as hell. It's a World at War map, but modernized. To if you get what I'm trying to say, because it's very it's kind of like very basic. You know, there's a power switch. It's 3 lanes. It's just like you have to do like 3 things to go get your pack to go to pack a punch. Pack a punch is in a different location, you know. But obviously, it's more modernized. There's a lot more shit to do in it, even though it's kind of a basic layout. So I think it's just a pretty cool map. The Wonder Weapon is fucking awesome. The dragons are fucking awesome. The Easter egg is awesome. God, playing this map is just fun, and I love this map. Transit, I'm gonna go put Transit in D, because Transit is so fucking fun with friends, and I've had some fun on it solo, and I think it is a very weird map, because I remember as a kid I loved Transit, because Transit's just so fun. Transit was so fun with friends. All I did was play with friends, so that map was awesome. So, I haven't played it recently, so my opinion could be very different. But I honestly think if I went back right now and played it, I would still have some sort of fun on this map. And that's why it's not F. Ancient Evil. I'm gonna... You know what? Let me change this really quick. Played. Because I have not played some of the maps. Ancient Evil's one of them. I stopped playing zombies that much in after BO4 because BO4 was so disappointing to me. It was very anticlimactic. I didn't even know let me, while we're at it, let me put, where's this map at? It's somewhere over here. Dead of the Night, didn't know it came out. If I knew it came out, I might have actually played it, but since I never knew it came out, the game kind of just died for me. Because I had no reason to come back to it. And then Alpha Omega came out, and I didn't even know that came out, and I just stopped paying attention to the game, because, I was kind of it was kind of lackluster, and there was kind of a lot of problems. And yeah, so I didn't play any of the BO4 maps after the initial 4, which is kind of sad. We have Ascension, and I'm going to put it at an A tier. I personally think Ascension is one of the best maps. It is so simple, it's so easy, but yet it's so fun, and it makes high rounds so enjoyable for me, because I know I can get to a high round. It's a matter of, can I not make a mistake for a long time, because I like training, and every time I do the high rounds, I love to do the training spots because it keeps it engaging for the whole game. I don't really like camping, so if I can train and it's still pretty efficient to get to a high round, I'm gonna train. And Ascension is a map you can do that on for high rounds. So that's why I love Ascension. Plus, I have so much nostalgia for Ascension, dude. It is crazy. I fucking love Ascension. As a kid, I played it all the fucking time, man. I remember one time I had to walk the dog, so I had my mom walk the crawler around while I went to walk my dog, and somehow she did not die, which was fucking awesome. And my friend, who is probably like 10 years old, is on the mic with my mom trying to help her so she doesn't die. Now next we have E tier. For the first E tier, it's Blood of the Dead for sure, dude. Blood of the Dead is pure caca. I have never wanted to kill myself more when playing a map than Blood of the Dead. Blood of the Dead was the map that made me not want to do high rounds, because it was just so tedious and boring, and everything that was fun about BO3 is just boring in this map. It made all the BO3 mechanics that there was, well, it's BO4 mechanics with the HUD and all the shit and all that crap, but like at the end of the day, it was the BO3 formula of, like, you know, storytelling in the Easter egg, but it was just turned up so hard on the story that the Easter egg was crap, because they just had you doing so much crazy shit because they thought the harder it was, the better, but that's not how it works. And that was one of the biggest killers for me on that map. Next we have is Buried, and Buried's gonna go A tier. I haven't played it recently, but every time I've played Buried in the past, it's always been fun. It is very, very easy to get to like round 50. I know it's very hard to get to the hundreds, but I'm not that great, so I still can't even get to like round 70 on that map. But I have a lot of memories on this map, and all the stuff it brought in, the Paralyzer, the Mark II, the Time Bomb, all that shit is so fucking awesome. Buried has so much nostalgia attached to it for me too, but I've played it solo a ton, and I've had just as much fun. So that is why Buried for me is A tier. Call of the Dead, I'm gonna put, it's either between, it's like an A or B tier for me, but I think I'm gonna put it in B tier because I don't have as much nostalgia for Call of the Dead as I do for the other maps. I did not play it as much when I was younger because it was pretty hard. But I do have some memories. I remember doing the Easter egg, not knowing what the hell was going on, just knowing that the Easter egg was being done when I was younger, because I was just like little, and I was just randoms who decided to do it in a game, so I thought that was cool. But I've actually played this recently, and it is a lot of fun, but it is a pain in the ass for high rounds, and sometimes it makes me not want to play it again. So I do have some issues with this map, but that also could be because I'm ass cheeks. So in the future, this opinion is probably going to change, and I'm probably going to put it in A tier later on, because I know when I play it more, I'll get better. Now continuing on is Der Riese, and I'm going to put it in B tier simply because I do not feel like going back. If I want to go back to zombies, I never really want to go to Der Riese like anymore. I've played Der Riese so much that it's so like basic to me, and I've pretty much there's just so many other maps I would rather play. I would rather play so many different maps than Der Riese, but that makes it sound like Der Riese would be in a bad tier, but I know that in my heart how good Der Riese is, because of course how much I've played it in the past. I know it's a good map, it's just overplayed for me, and that's why it's not at A tier. Die Rise, I'm gonna put in E tier, but it's gonna be above Blood of the Dead for sure. I can have fun in Die Rise, I can have fun with friends in Die Rise, I have memories on Die Rise, but it's just a bad map. It's just bad, I can't deny it. No matter how much nostalgia I have, I can't deny it. It's a bad map. Now next is 5, and I'm gonna put 5 above Buried, because I love 5. I have nostalgia with 5. I remember getting to round 18 and thinking that was such a high fucking round on that map. The Winter's Howl, I don't care if it's bad. It's fun to use. I love it. It's one of my favorite wonder weapons. Not my favorite anymore. It used to be my favorite, but it's not, because it's a little garbage, and I have to admit, Pentagon Thief was awesome. Bonfire Sale is fucking awesome. It's a really great challenge, and yeah, that's why I'm putting it up at A. Continuing on, 9 has got to be A tier as well. I would put it above Buried. I put it behind 9 or I put it behind 5 because I feel like I want to play 5 way more than I want to play 9. Like, I will go back and play 5 right now, but you could probably not convince me to go back and play 9 right this second. Just not, I'm not in a mood for that map. I haven't been recently, and I don't think I will be anytime soon because it's just on BO4. I don't like BO4. BO4 mechanics, in my opinion, suck. And this map does make great use of them, but it's still BO4 mechanics at the end of the day. And I love the Easter egg, but at the same time, I kind of don't. I feel like the elephant thing is really cool, but then, like, after a while, it's just, like, really freaking easy. And it's, like, not replayable because of how easy the boss fight is, in my opinion. You know? I'm mixed feelings because I have I have enough memories on Kino to put it on S tier, number 1. I do. I absolutely adore Kino to Turtle, and it's like probably the closest map to my heart. I've played with so many different friends from so many different times on this since I was a kid to now. Like, it's just such an amazing map. It's so well made. It came out at the perfect time. But if I had to say, like, I want to go back and play it this instant, like, it's probably behind Buried, or it's probably like in front of Buried, maybe in front of 9. So I don't know, but I also feel like I feel weird putting it so high because everyone puts it so high and everyone says it's so great, but we've had such great maps too. But I don't know, man. You can't. It's a classic. It's A tier. I think I'm gonna have to put it A tier. I'm not gonna put it on S tier. It's too much, but it definitely belongs to A tier. Definitely would play it more than 9, for sure. Next is Moon, easily B tier, above Call of the Dead. Moon is great, but high rounds, kind of lackluster. It's a very campy thing. Astronaut is caca. The teleporting is like, the teleporting's annoying. Pretty annoying, to be honest. But, you win some, you lose some. So, I think overall, though, the atmosphere of Moon is amazing. I think the Area 51 concept is fucking sick. The hacker is awesome. The wonder weapon's great. High rounds are still fun, though I wish there was a faster training method, but unfortunately, I don't think there really is, unless I haven't looked into it enough. I just know the one really good spot to camp at. But continuing on, Mob of the Dead, gonna put it in S tier. I would probably put it above Garad Krovi because this map is absolutely amazing. Haven't played it recently, but every time I played it, it's some of the most fun I have. It's awesome. One of the best maps of all time. I shouldn't even have to explain it. It's so good. If you've never played Mob of the Dead, but you've played zombies and you like zombies, if you give Mob of the Dead a chance and learn it a bit, you will love Mob of the Dead. Nocturne Totem, C tier. Very basic. I'd always be down to play it, but it does get boring after like the first 20 rounds. Played World at War Knocked and BO1 Knocked recently. Both pretty fun. World at War can be more fun than BO1 at times, but I think BO1 is definitely better. So BO3 can be kind of boring to me because, like, I don't want to waste gobblegums. Like, I never want to play with friends on BO3, which sucks because Nock should be the most fun with friends. So that's why I put it at C tier. Origins, another S tier map. Probably gonna put it as number 1. Way more memories. I haven't done the Easter egg as much. I've done a shit ton of attempts, but I haven't done it as much as Rise and Drag. But I think the staffs are way more dope than the bows. The Easter egg is so well intertwined with the gameplay. It's unfucking real, and I love the BO1 connection it has to it. That shit is so dope. I just love this map. It's amazing. So fun for high rounds. Panzer Soldat is super cool. Everything about this map is great. I fucking love it. Revelations, C tier. It's just a combination of all the maps. I honestly would rather play the maps themselves than play Revelations because high rounds on this map is also very boring. I don't feel like doing... This one is more of an opinion thing. I just don't feel like upgrading the fucking Apothicon Servant to go for high rounds. and I wish it was at least have, instead of a thunder gun, it would have had its own type of wonder weapon. I think it should have had its own special wonder weapon besides reusing the Apothicon Servant and the thunder gun. Even though I do get that it's supposed to be like a combination of the old and new, which is perfect for the map setting, but it does suck that we get reused wonder weapons. That annoys me. And I think some of the enemy boss types are kind of annoying, like having the Panzer, the Margwa, the Keepers, and all that crap. But I mean, it makes sense story-wise, so I understand. But that's just my opinion. Shangri-La, I'm gonna have to put it at the end of B, simply because I haven't played it as much as the other maps. It's probably my least played map. I don't think I've ever played. I've rarely played the BO1 version, and I just didn't play much of the BO3 version. It's just not my map. That's just like, it's just not my map. Maybe it's just too hard for me, but it's just not my map. Though I am willing to try it again in the future. It's not a map I haven't given up on Shang. I would love to try it again in the future. I just haven't got around to it. I've been playing other maps. Shino Numa, I played it recently on World at War and BO1, and I'd probably put Shino Numa above Nocturne and Toten. It is just really fun. Actually, you know what? I would have put this at the end of B tier. Shino, it has its own appeal to it, and it's so fun. If you're playing World at War version is so fun to play. BO1 version can be really fun too, but I think, and BO3 can also be pretty interesting as well. So I love this map. It's got its own charm. That's why I put it there. Next is Verrucht. And I love Verrucht for how fucking difficult it is, and I've gone for high rounds on Verrucht, and even though I only get into the high 20s, I think I've gotten to like 30 once or twice. I love the challenge that Verrucht brings, and I'm gonna have to put it at B tier, at the top of B tier, because originally this was like my number 2 map. Like back in the day, I used to say like Ascension was number 1, and fucking Verrucht was number 2. Because I just love those maps, but I know realistically it's not as great as these other maps, so that's why I don't let the nostalgia trump, and I have to be even with it, so I give it a B tier. Shadows. I'd have to say that Shadows is better than Dreisendrach, but not as good as Origins. And it's better than Mob, it's better than Garad. Like, there's just no denying it, because Shadows is absolutely amazing. It takes the concept of Mob, and it does its own unique thing with it. It doesn't make it as broken as Mob, which I like, because that gives it a better level of difficulty for high rounds that Mob kinda I wish needs, because Mob is a long high round, but it's not difficult. And I love the wonder weapon. I wish you could upgrade it in this map, but I guess I see story wise it's just cooler that you could upgrade it at the end, like we got teased and then we got the actual thing. So I understand that. Margwas are fucking cool. Story is intertwined with the gameplay. I just wish the boss fight was better, and the last step is kind of annoying. And the setting is amazing. So overall, it's just an awesome map, and I also got my second highest round on it, which is round 71, and that makes it freaking crazy amazing. Awesome, bro. Voyage of Despair, putting it behind Transit at D tier. I played the hell out of this map. I got to round 50 on it. I got to round 50 on, like 52 on 9. And they didn't put Classified on here. If Classified was on here, it'd be at B tier, probably in front of Call of the Dead. Because I love Classified, I love 5. I think 5 is a little better, but Classified is like probably like almost on the same level. If it wasn't on BO4, it would definitely be on probably S tier, because it's literally a better 5, and if you put it on the BO3 engine, it would fucking be amazing. But going back to Voyage, I played the hell out of Voyage too, and I enjoyed it for what it is. I thought it was really fun. I actually enjoyed the Wonder Weapon, and I liked going for high rounds. I never did do the Easter egg, so I have no opinion on that. So that's why maybe it would be E tier if I did the Easter egg, because I know how hard the Easter egg fucking is. Which is also a downside of it, because if it's that hard that it just, like, everyone says how hard it is, like, I personally haven't tried it because I don't have anyone who's willing to try it with me because of how hard we all hear it is. Which is, so, it's kind of our faults, but, you know, still somewhat of a factor in its tier. So that's why I put it at D tier. And then Zetsubo no Shima, mixed bag of tricks, but definitely gonna have to put it in A tier. Probably above 9 as well. Zetsubo is awesome. I recently did the Easter egg a couple months ago, and we did a shit ton of attempts, and it was honestly more fun than doing Easter egg attempts for Grodd Krovi. So Zetsubo is fucking dope. Like, if you didn't like Zetsubo in the past, man, you have to play this map again because it is a great map. So that is my tiers for all these maps. I know I kind of veered off course with some of me talking about some of them, but I just wanted to do this on the whim. Like, I wanted to give my opinion on why they were placed where they were. I did not want to just speed run this fucking tier list. So yeah, that's all I gotta do, man. So peace. Maybe I'll make another video some other time. Who knows? Maybe I'll link my Twitch in the description when I actually stream, which I will probably stream later tonight around 10 p.m. ish. So bye.